Hi, NixS58 here again. Wow, two videos in the same general time frame? This must be a miracle. I figured there's this thing going around that I've been seeing in some of the recent videos from people. Um, Team C's. What a thing, huh? Last a couple of years ago, I don't remember how long it was, but Senor Beast did a thing called Team Trees. He did not reach out to me personally for this. I'm doing this because I think it's a good cause, and I kind of want to. I want to talk about ocean stuff because this is a good this is a good excuse for me to talk about the ocean because I have a love hate relationship with it. Um, but essentially, I'm going to be linking the fundraiser in the description. I don't know if I can set it as a fun because I'm not going to be making any. I don't make money off of videos, so I'm going to be tagging the thing and putting the link to the thing in the description. And also, I can't do it now at the moment, but I am going to be making a $20 donation to Team C's. What is Team C's? You may be asking. Excellent question. Team C's is sort of like how Team Trees was last year, where instead of trying to save the forests, this time we're trying to save the ocean. And every dollar that is put into it is a pound of trash removed from the ocean. And this is an incredible. I mean, this is what billionaires should be doing. Granted, they should be, doing it more frequently, but it's a good start nonetheless. So please go to the description, and if you can, make a donation. If you can't, tell someone who can make a donation to make a donation, because this is a very important thing. We only have so much water. I don't want. I don't want. I don't want my. Okay, let's be more real here. I don't want anyone's grandkids to have to, go through Mad Max just because, we were all a little bit stupid one night, and didn't take much of anything into consideration. I gotta adjust this, but it's going to make a lot of noise. There we go. Maybe bring it down a little. Yeah. Fucking whatever. Uh, Anyways, yeah. So Team C's, let's go. Let's save the ocean. With that being said, I I love the ocean. I love water. I love a lot of things that have to do with water. One of my favorite days, personally, is September 19th, which is International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And last time I checked, the pirates can't necessarily exist without the ocean. Or couldn't have, unless you pirate Nintendo games. Uh, that's a whole can of worms. I'll get into another time. But I adore the ocean. It's such a beautiful thing, and seeing it in real life, seeing it in video games, it's so beautiful. But the things that are in it, I would not hesitate to just fucking obliterate and get rid of. Fucking 90% of sea life, I would be perfectly fine if it was fucking obliterated. Look, I am an advocate for bug genocide. I don't think we need them, aside from maybe bees. But what do bees eat? Fucking honey? I don't actually know. I don't care because I'm afraid of them. And I'm also equally afraid of fish. Let me explain why. I was a young lad, and my grandpa likes to fish. My mom likes to fish. My other mom likes to fish. My family generally has a positive opinion on fish. Aside from me, and Nikki. But that's more because they're allergic, I think. I don't know because I've never tried fish. But it's for me it's more because we went on a fishing trip one year and I this was like maybe the first time I'd actually gone and tried fishing. And I had a cute little SpongeBob, you know, fishing rod, and I went out there, I casted my line, and we were sitting there. I was more in it just for the experience of sitting there and talking with everyone. I didn't really have an opinion on fish before that trip, but after that trip, I never liked fish. I don't like fish. They're too floppy. They're too weird. They freak me the fuck out. I caught a fish. It wasn't a big one, so I was able to get it up. But when I got it up, the hook was like through its through its mouth and like going real close to its eye, and like it was flopping all over the fucking place, and it scared the shit out of me. And we weren't like cooking anything. We were doing catch and release. I, for the life of me, did not want to touch this fucking thing. I do not know what fish it was, and I never want to know. Because I, from then on, made a vow that I would never go near another fucking fish in my life. And then my mom got a fish tank. So yeah, I don't know why she decided to get a fish tank. We already had fucking 6 cats at the time. We had a dog, and we had her bird. On top of that, I think around that time, Nikki and I also got our birds. So fucking wild, ain't it? So Mom got a fish tank, and she had a lot of fish. She would, always, if one or two died, she'd go out and get a couple more. I can't say with any certainty that it had anything to do with. Well, I can't say for certain why. And I can't necessarily pick Mom's brain to understand why. But I can speculate like a motherfucker. So, there's a bit of. I believe the reason Mom chose to get a fish tank, and I can say this because none of the people I'm talking about watch my channel in the slightest, but I believe that I just kind of think a little bit that there was a bit of a family feud going on. So my other mother, my adoptive mother, who I will refer to as Mima, because that's what I referred to her as up until the day, she had a daughter of her own, and that daughter, we'll call her Christy. Christy is my legal stepsister. I got too used to saying sibling. Fucking Christ. She's my legal stepsister because I was legally adopted by Mima. Christy is married to is married to a guy, which you probably know. I've mentioned my niece before. This guy, we'll call him John. I'm just saying the first names that come to my mind that aren't their actual names. So Christy and John live in the same apartment complex as Nikki, Mom, and I. And John tends to fish. And not like tends as in like he tends to go out fishing. No, he like cares for a bunch of fish. And we'll say, he's been keeping the fuck up with them. Like John, my guy, he's been keeping up with it throughout this entire thing. the fire. I'm specific. I mean, he, I, when that happened, when I heard it affected them, I did not think that they got a single fucking fish out. They got the entire goddamn tank out. But he's like next level with this thing. He's got like buckets around, pipes filtering water out through every fucking nook and cranny. It's not the prettiest setup, but it's fucking efficient. I don't know why I pronounce it like that. Fucking, I don't care. But yeah, it's a very efficient system, and I personally believe that my mom saw John's setup and just wasn't having it. She wasn't having it because he does tend to like have that kind of like, you know, I don't want to say anything more in case they do watch the videos. But you know, there was that kind of like feeling of like, okay, I can do that from mom. I believe. Again, this is pure speculation on my part. I could text her and ask right now, but I don't feel like it because we're talking about the ocean, not some fucking fish tank. And anyways, so I was terrified of fish, and I was always terrified of the idea that the tank would crack open and like just pour out like you'd see in a movie where like because Nikki and I, we did sibling fighting a lot, and by fighting I mean both verbally attacking each other, and just fucking kicking the shit out of each other. We were like goddamn Street Fighters back in the day. Speaking of, they technically kicked a tooth out of me. Granted, that kick was more of a dive, and they jumped onto my stomach, which caused me to spit it out. But, like, that happened. But yeah, I was always so afraid that something was going to go wrong, because we had the Wii down there, too. And, like, you always see the reckless safety guy in the front. I was so afraid. Also because Nikki fucking destroyed a TV with a Wiimote. Like, you know, we had a big ass TV. It was like, it was like if a high def TV had the chunkiness of a monitor from the 90s. That's how big the TV was. And that got fucking destroyed by a Wiimote. So yeah, that's knowing there was a chance for destruction terrified me to my core. And I wouldn't spend much time in the living room because of it. Later on, that got turned into the guinea pig cage, and you know, after the fire, we couldn't really get the tank out. It was a nice tank. I believe I used it to hold up the camera when we played Mario Galaxy. Or Mario Galaxy 2, I don't remember. But yeah, there's that. Sorry, my phone went off. But you know, there was that kind of thing going on. But I've just always been kind of afraid of the ocean in some aspects. Granted, there are other aspects that I really enjoy. Oh my god, when it comes to like the battle of the coolest, like, olden thing that isn't like strictly high fantasy, like you pit them together, knights, samurai, ninjas, pirates always fucking wins because it's just that cool. Pirates are just that cool. But the idea that you have to deal with all the shit in the ocean, not cool, not cool. Fish, bad. Pirate, good. And I saw a video. I'm not saying we should do it, but it was a video that posited the question: what would happen if we just detonated all the nukes underwater at the bottom of the Mariana Trench? What would happen? And turns out none of the radiation would really escape the water. You know, the most we'd feel up here is just kind of a couple of bubbles and a bit of a rumble. So, I'm just saying, if it means we get rid of the giant squid and some of the fucking nightmare creatures at the bottom of the ocean, it doesn't even have to be all of them, just a sizable amount. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It would get rid of all the nukes, for one. It would get rid of a lot of nukes. It would get rid of a lot of sea life. That's a pro. And it wouldn't really affect us. You know? No radiation poisoning, no nothing. I think it's a solid plan. But it technically I'm not really against what Team Seas is doing. They're just trying to get trash out of the ocean. You know that trash island? I would love to fucking go there. Unironically, I kind of want to be able to go to the trash island because, like, I'm like a raccoon, kind of. I just take garbage and keep it. I had a couple. There was a dumpster outside my house a couple of years, like maybe a year or two before it was. Sorry, it's late. It's like 1:16 right now. I had a couple of garbage cans out. Not garbage cans. It was like this really big fucking dumpster. Just sat at the top of the driveway for our apartment. And in there, one day that I went, was a couple of pool cues. And I ran in there and I picked them up and I fucking took them home. One of them was chipped a little bit, but all three were generally okay. You could still fix them. But I took those home, and then later on, once it started to fill up more, I always took notice of it, and I always kind of looked in, and I was like, what do they got going on in there? And, you know, I didn't really get too much out of it, but one of the last few days I was there, because it was starting to fill up really big, like, really bad, was a couple of paintings, and these paintings were special, because they lit up. They had, like, those string lights in them. One of them was like a cityscape, one of them was a car, and one of them that I wanted to keep in my room. I don't know if we got it out in the fire. We got the pool cues out from the fire, so that's good. But one of the things the last painting that I wanted to hang in my room was the Eiffel Tower. Now, why would I want the Eiffel Tower? It's French. Look. I'm more kind to the French than most people are online. But also, the Eiffel Tower is just kind of nice looking. Every time I'm in IKEA with my mom, they always have some big fucking picture that's like that has the Eiffel Tower in it, and it's like this big. Oops, hit the mic. It's this big fucking landscape of France, and it's always got the Eiffel Tower, and it's always like artfully like off to the fuck. I did it again. It's always artfully like off to the side, like I am right now. And I would always want one for my room, but it's always too big. This one, perfect sizing. It wasn't too big. It was like the size of like a poster, but with the thickness of like a canvas painting. So it wasn't too big, but it wasn't too small either. And it lit up. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to get like a thick frame for it. I want to frame a lot of things. But, you know, this is such a fucking tangent. Back to ocean stuff. Yeah, there's just so much nice about the ocean. It's why my this Monk. Um, it's an aromatherapy pen thing, but as you can see, I like the ocean enough to a point where I got. Well, I didn't buy it, but I was bitching about it for so long that a friend got it for me. Ocean flavor. The flavor involves eucalyptus, lime, and tangerine. It's a very citrusy taste, and it also comes with an extra thing. It came with two, but I finished off one. But, I like the ocean. It's a very beautiful looking thing. I love oceans in video games, especially. I before before the Xbox was ruined, I would drive around Los Santos so much, and I would stop at the beach as many times as I could. I would tend to just go around a set kind of point where it was like from Michael's house to the airport to up and around to Trevor's house and then down to Franklin's. But sometimes when I got to the Los Santos airport, I would just kind of go all the way to the back and just sit at the ocean and just kind of look. And it looked so beautiful with some of the fucking lighting effects. Precious. And then Sky Children of the Light on fucking this shit. Guys, it's a free game and it looks so excuse me. It's a free game, but it looks so goddamn good. If you have a Switch and you don't have Sky Children of the Light, you're doing yourself a disservice. Pick that shit up. It's gorgeous. Damn near every area is gorgeous. I think the only ones I don't like are Golden Wasteland and the Forest, but that's just because they have certain things that actually harm the player character. The Valley of Triumph, oh my fucking god. It's not just because it's a snow area. It helps, but it's not just that. But, the areas in that game are so amazing, and that includes all of the ocean views that you can see. It's so good. It's so good. And I want the ocean to kind of stay that way. I want the ocean to stay beautiful. I don't want a fucking... That's what I was on. Trash Island. I would love to go there and just fucking search through that shit. Fucking send me in there. Send me in there. I'll clean up and then I'll take half of it home and fix it. How am I going to fix it? I don't know. Might just sit in a closet for a while until I find the means to fix it, but it'll be fixed. There's probably so much interesting shit on that fucking floating piece of shit. I would love to get on it. One thing I do have to say though is, while it is a valiant effort, I don't necessarily know what they're doing with it, which is why I think we should just send it to the sun. I think the whole process should be clean the ocean and just fill it. Fill. This is how fucking E-Boy Musk and Joseph fucking Amazon can help. I know it's not his name. I'm not gonna call him Jeff. That was the name of my dad. I don't want that name to be ruined. That I almost could have been a Jeff. But for real, I think it should just go ocean, take it out. Fuck the landfills. Just get rid of landfills and then turn that into housing areas. You clean it up after you just fork all the shit. You keep one. And then have that be close to where it's loaded into the into the spacecraft. You don't need anything to be on it because you're sending it to the fucking center of the solar system. So it's not. And what if it hits? Oh, what if it hits a planet? Then it's fucking that planet's problem. There's 2 planets it could hit. There's 2 planets it could hit. Do you really care if it hits Venus or Mars or not Mars, Mercury? We're not going closer to the sun. Who cares about the what? You think Mercury's gonna go into retrograde earlier because it fucking that was a terrible joke. I apologize for that one. But yeah, no, it should just be like we take it out of the ocean. We get rid of all the landfills except for one that's close enough to where we're loading everything in. And then we turn all of that unused land, the landfills, and we fill the fucking land with housing. I solved 2 crises in a matter of seconds. Oh, what about the budget? We spend more on frivolous shit every day. I think we could spare a few fucking $100,000 to, you know, keep people and to house people and, you know, fix the fucking environment. What a crazy idea. Spend money on something, the US spend money on something that isn't. I'm not gonna say anymore. Fucking hell, this is like poking a bear with like a fucking short sword. I'm dying no matter what I say. But yeah, I'm afraid of the ocean, but I also love it dearly. The ocean is something I wish I sometimes dream of getting. I wanted to. I might actually do it. There's a. You remember that JonTron video where it was like the fucking boating license for like $40 and you just play a VN? I might genuinely do that shit because I do not want to do anything with a fucking. I don't want to have. I don't want to get a like regular license here in Pennsylvania, so I think I might fucking do that and just be like, oh yeah, I'm a registered fucking boat. I'm a registered fucking captain in Pennsylvania. To retake the thing and get. Ooh, could you get like a prize if you just get certified as like a. If it doesn't cross over, that is. Could you get a thing so that you have like a. There should be a prize for that where you get like certified in every state that has water that can be traversed. Because like, you know, oh yeah, I'm so close to getting that prize for getting all the states, you know, getting boat certified in all the states, but it's so hard. I gotta go to fucking Arizona for no. You go to California, Washington State, and then the fucking East Coast things. You know, that's it pretty much. There's Texas, I guess. Does Texas have a shoreline? I don't fucking know. I don't know. I don't pay attention to fucking anything outside of. I don't pay attention to anything outside of like New York, California, Florida, and the Washington State. I'm not the smartest person on earth. End of sentence. Anyways, yeah, I just kind of wanted to ramble on about my hatred of fish and my love of the ocean. And seeing Team Seas go around is what kind of spurred that on. So, once again, in the link in the description to Team Seas, I highly encourage that you guys, donate. Again, sometime this month. I know that's a very wide time frame, but I don't go out too often, and as you could probably tell from you can't really see much of the mess, but I went out shopping today, and they didn't have any fucking I couldn't find. I was looking for eShop cards so that I could buy the Animal Crossing DLC when it comes out. I think Friday. This is being recorded on the night of the second, technically the first. But I wanted to get eShop cards for that, and then I wanted to get. I also kind of want to get a Visa card so that I can actually donate the fucking 20. But uh, yeah, I'm gonna get a prepaid Visa, and I'm going to be putting $20 under you know Team C's, and I highly encourage all of you do this too. This is not sponsored or anything by Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast didn't come to me asking me to do this. I just saw it and I thought it was cool. uh, so yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Please comment, subscribe. I'm not gonna do the whole spiel anymore. Maybe once in a while if I'm feeling nostalgic, but it's time. I'm 20 years old. It's time I stop fucking referencing Smash Bros. And Nintendo characters in my outro, especially when I don't do anything with games anymore. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much. Have a good night.